Hello everyone, my name is Cliff, and in this video I am going to give you a look at the spammiest affiliate marketing email that I have ever received, or at least that I can ever remember receiving. So this is going to be, the email that I'm going to show you is going to be an email in the make money online niche, promoting a product for, online entrepreneurs, internet marketers, people who want to make money online, that kind of thing. And I'm not showing this email to shame anybody. If the person who sent this email ever sees this video, then this is more of a constructive criticism type thing. But in my opinion, there's two ways that people can come to the conclusion to send out this kind of email, in my personal opinion. One of those ways is they just don't care and they just, copy and paste whatever junk that they want to send out there. And the other possibility is that they just got taught a lot of bad things to do, and maybe they don't know any better. Maybe they think that's the best way to do things. I'm trying to judge. My point in this video is going to be to show you the email, kind of break it down and show you what they did wrong and some of what they did right. But anyway, with that said, let me shrink myself down a little bit. Here I am down here, and then I'm going to bring up the email and we can take a look at it right here. So I'm not going to give away the person's name, because like I said, I'm not trying to shame anybody. But yeah, this is one of my this is one of my business emails that has tons and tons and tons of emails. I just never delete them because there's really no point in deleting them, because they stack up faster than I can delete them. So it takes time. It takes time to delete stuff. So anyway, let's just jump into it. So this is an email I got a while back, and at first glance, some people might not see that much wrong with this. But if you are more experienced at affiliate marketing and email marketing, then you might notice some things right off the bat. So one of those things is this stuff right here. I've tried to enlarge the text a little bit. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. I'll try to highlight some of the text so you can see it better. But things like this right here, it says price. Now, okay, that's no big deal, by itself. But as you can see right here, there's an apostrophe in price, and I know a lot of people use Aweber for their email autoresponder service. They try to insert. Sometimes people try to insert stuff, symbols and whatnot, into various words to try to trip up the spam filters. But in my opinion, it just makes it look more spammy. And I see this right here. I see this here again in automated, and again in commissions. So that way the email service can't read the word correctly, because it's technically there's an interruption in the word. But I don't know, like, I am less likely to buy for somebody who does this. It just looks incredibly spammy, and I know that they're trying to get around the spam filters, but it just seems like to me that you're going to increase your chances of getting caught in the spam filters if you do this. So I would highly advise against doing all this apostrophe and all this crap. Another thing that I see in here is replacing the O in money with some people do it with a capital O. I think this is actually a zero, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 on your keyboard. I think this is actually a zero. And although, well, for one, I think this looks out of place. Number two, if I was going to do this, I would just capitalize the entire word. I would capitalize M-N-E-Y, and then it would look more like a natural capital O in there. That's the way I would do it. But then there's an argument to be made that you don't want to have too many letters and words in all caps in your emails. I'm not getting into all that. I'm just kind of pointing out what I can see, what stands out to me the most in this particular email. So first of all, we have, like I said, the apostrophes and symbols related to apostrophes. So if it's a dash or anything else, I still count that as the same thing as just symbols in general. So we have the symbols, we have these O's of money, which can be kind of, like I said, blended together if you capitalize the rest of the word. So that can be not as obvious depending on how you do it, I guess. I'll come down here a little bit more. Right here, this also this is not a real L in affiliate right here. Right here, if you can't see it that well, I'm not sure how well this is going to show up. Because it's kind of small text on my screen, so I'm trying to do the best to make it show up. But this is not a real L in affiliate. This is, I think this is next to the plus and equals button on your keyboard. But they obviously swapped that out to create a break in the word. So which affiliate, I guess, can or cannot be considered a spam e-word. It kind of depends. But anyway, they do it right here in affiliate, and then they put the apostrophe break in offers. So it's like spammy looking back to back with another spammy looking word. And then, of course, they did it with money, they did it with commissions, and so on and so forth. There's actually one in here that I wanted to find. Okay, so this one right here makes the least sense to me personally. You don't need to manually, you don't need to manually set up e-commerce stores. I do not know why they put an apostrophe right here in e-commerce, because, like, I mean, oh, I sound like a teenage girl. Like, I mean, but like, I literally do mean, why would you put an apostrophe in e-commerce when people abbreviate it as e-com all the time? E-com, it's just an unnecessary apostrophe. You could just put e-com instead of e-commerce. Anyway, and then market again right there. It's too much. You know, you have buyers, you have buy, you have product. It just looks spammy all around. One thing that I do like that they did was that they actually, they did not officially create bullet points, but you can see right here that they kind of, you know, they have the little dash or the hyphen here to kind of insert their own bullet points. So I do like the fact that they kind of tried to create a bit of a break in here. I also like the fact that they did it sentence by sentence, more or less. They did not create like big, long, chunky, bulky paragraphs, because people just do not read that. Sometimes they do, I guess, depending on your relationship with the person. Like, I know one person who can send out, like, well, actually I know a couple people who can send out like full paragraphs, but the paragraphs are literally a few sentences sometimes. They're not like 10 sentences long. So some people just, you know, and the email is a little bit long, which can work depending on your audience. If you're telling like a story-based email, or if you're telling certain kinds of emails, if you're writing certain kinds of emails that either tell a story or that provide some kind of benefit to the person or teach the person something, then longer emails can work. I do know of a few people who do make longer emails. Like Cam Jennings, he's one person that does longer emails sometimes, and they, you know, seem to work for him. My personal preference is, I would say, medium length emails. So this one right here goes on for a little bit. I'm not going to get into, I don't want to go too far down and give away the person's name and all that. But wait, yada yada yada, so and so. So anyway, maybe they could have bolded a couple things in here, like for example, bonus one. Maybe that could have been bolded right here. Not the whole thing, just bonus one, just literally this part right here. Maybe that could have been bolded, or maybe but wait could have been bolded. But probably my biggest complaint of all, well, I don't know if I want to say biggest complaint of all. One of my biggest complaints, we'll put it that way, is the amount of links in here. I personally am the kind of person that does not like seeing tons of links in emails. In my personal opinion, it really depends on the length of the email. I was going to say, in my personal opinion, 3 links is plenty. In most emails, really 1 link can be enough for a lot of emails. This particular email, I've counted myself, has 30 links in this email. I mean, you do not need a link every other sentence or every 2 or 3 sentences like this. It's just too much. It's just too much. And there's some marketers that I do follow still that are not bad people. But you know, sometimes I follow marketers and I see them start putting more and more links in their emails, where they're literally like 1 sentence here, then maybe 2 more sentences right here, and then another link, 2 sentence break, another link, 2 sentences. Yeah, it's like every 2 or 3 sentences. And the only way that I would say, okay, maybe sometimes, is if you're going to do that, like at the end of your email, you might put like a link toward the end of your email, and then you might sign off, you know, say, you know, like have a good day, put your name, and then P.S. something, and then put a link there. But either way, I personally would only allow this much space in between a link maybe once, like toward the end of the email, like I just explained. But throughout the email like this, to someone who is fairly experienced in email marketing, this just makes you look very desperate. The reason why people do this, for those of you who may not know, is people are trying to get, it's not about the email. It's not even about how many people you get to open up your email. That can be a bit of an ego booster. But the main thing that people really go for when they're writing an email promoting something is the number of clicks that they can send to whatever that they're promoting. Because the more clicks that they send there, then there's a higher chance that somebody's going to buy. You know, granted, if those are not very targeted people that they're sending, that's a whole different story. But to me, this just looks desperate for clicks. And that's obviously desperate for clicks because you have so many people, because you have so many opportunities for somebody to click through at your email. The big problem with this is, so where was it? I don't want to go too far. Like I said, I don't want to give away the person's name. I don't remember how far down I've come already. So step 2, step 1, yada, 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 yada. Where was it? Okay, so this is I think right above this they say yeah, okay, so commission app just went live. I don't know anything about this product. It could be great, it could be terrible. I don't know. But anyway, so early bird starts now. So if this is the first email that you're sending out about this offer, and if you're in my position, okay, commission app, I hear of a million products that sound just like that. I have no idea what commission app is about. I guess it has to do with commissions and an app, but that doesn't tell me much at all. Early bird starts now. So if I click this link, okay, the early bird starts now. That indicates to me that the price is going to be the lowest it's going to be. If I come over here, okay, we'll make sure I'm still recording. If I come over here, grab your copy now. I still don't know anything about this offer, so I haven't been pre-sold on this offer whatsoever. Commission app is a brand new software that makes you automated commissions at the touch of a button in seconds today. Okay, that makes you automated commissions at the touch of a button in seconds today. Way too hypey already for me. I've heard this a billion different times. I hear this approximately 8 million times per day, and all the marketing emails I get, that doesn't separate it from the other products. So it's kind of like, okay, I've heard it before. Click and watch automated commissions roll in. Okay, so I've right here I see 1, 2, 3 links before the step 1, step 2, and step 3 ever comes in. So you would think that you would want people to see step 1, step 2, and step 3. Like, okay, how easy is this? Okay, here's the 1, 2, 3 step process that you have to go through in order to make this work. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the longer that the person reads through your email, I'm not saying to make your email itself long. A short email can do the job fine in some cases, but let's just say that you are sending out a medium length email, and by medium length I mean let's just say that this is your entire email right here. Or let's say maybe it comes down to about here. Let's say that that's your kind of medium length to maybe longer length email, things like that. Maybe you want to put a few objections in here. Maybe you want to counteract a few objections that people may have, like I don't know how to do this, but you don't need to be a tech whiz. You don't need to manually set up the stores. So these are things that people would have objections to that you're counteracting before they even click through to your link. But the links, you already have like a million links above that, so people are never going to get to that part unless that's on the sales page. But whatever. Long story short, the more people read through your email, the more you're going to be pre-selling them, the more you're going to be warming them up. And that's why, for me, I usually only sometimes I might put 1, 2, or 3 links throughout my email, depending on how long my email is. If my email, let's just say, was this long right here, well, but by this long right here, I mean, let's just say that my email consisted of from here down to here. I would write all this out, and I would have 1 link down at the bottom. If it was, everything that we've seen so far from here, up to the top, I would still only probably have 1 link in here because I want people to read through. I want to educate people about what they're going to be clicking through to. And yes, that does mean that I'm going to be getting fewer clicks going to whatever I'm sending them to, but that also means that those clicks are going to be more qualified. People are going to be more educated. What does that mean for people who might not be aware? That means that my conversions are likely to be higher. These people are clicking through blind. They don't know what they're clicking through to. It's what you would consider a blind click. They're clicking through blindly, not knowing what they're getting themselves into. But if you've educated them a bit more about what they're going to be getting into, then they're like, oh, okay, I'm even more interested now. So the more you pique their interest before they click through, then the more likely they are going to be to buy whatever you're sending them to. Doesn't mean they will, but they're more likely to. So first of all, this right here is a complete turnoff to me. All these apostrophes and all this stuff. That's kind of just makes my eyes want to bleed, honestly. And the more it happens, the worse it gets. And then these O's right here, I can kind of deal with it, but it's also kind of annoying. Like I said, if you're going to do this, capitalize the whole word. Do not do apostrophes where they don't belong at all. I don't care. Just do not do them. Please stop doing this. I don't see it all that much, but when I do see it, it just, oh my goodness gracious, it just makes me face palm. It really does. Find a different word. Find a different word for money. People use moolah. People use wonga. People use different words like that. Try to find a different way to say whatever you're going to say instead of doing all of this nonsense garbage, because that's basically what this is. So yeah, I mean, there's people out there that never use this and still make plenty of money sending emails. So don't be tricked into thinking that this is the best way to avoid spam filters, because it's not. It's just gonna make your stuff look like junk, honestly. So yeah, type normally, for one. Type normally. Number 2, do not put a billion trillion links in your emails. 1 to 3 links is fine. I really honestly would not. For how long this email is, I would put maybe, first of all, I would not put anything at the top. I would put my first link at least this far down, most likely. Some people like to put it, some people might like to write a brief paragraph up at the top and then put a link in there to kind of get a link early in the email. That's up to you if you want to do that. You can kind of test that. But my kind of general rule of thumb is no more than 3 links in your email, unless there is an exception to this. That's if you, like I know Amanda Craven, for example. She's somebody else that I follow. She puts out like a weekly digest of sorts where she includes, I don't know the exact number, but I'm going to guess, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 or 13 different resources, and she links off to different blogs and different YouTube videos. But that's more like a, like a Reader's Digest type thing. She's not linking off to the same thing a million times, like click my link, click my link, click my link. That's a little bit different. Anyway, those are my 3 tips. Don't do this. Find different words to replace certain words if you are tempted to do this. And don't include a billion links in your emails. Other than that, that's kind of my dissection of this email. If you want to learn more about affiliate marketing and how to write emails and do all that stuff, and just learn how to run a legit affiliate marketing business the right way, then I will put a link below this video in this video's description. It is for serious people only, so keep that in mind. And with that said, thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap this video up. My stomach's growling, so maybe I'll go eat. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, and subscribe, you know the drill by now. I don't have to tell you what to do on YouTube. I hope you would know that by now. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and until next time, cheers.